VW transporter gear linkage tower replacement. We got a new tower here. The old tower, it broke. We tried to weld it and then cover it so it's not gonna rust, but still, just in case if it's gonna break again, because it broke from exactly this side in here, because on top in here there's a plastic that's seized. I'll show you the plastic, but we replaced it. This is a new plastic and we greased it, so it's gonna be fine. Yeah, so this one goes on top of it. It goes in there with a clip, but this sees inside there, and then when you try to change the gears, either this will snap. For some reason this one snapped in the same time with this. It did happen, but the hardest part is that you cannot find this except abroad. It's around 250-300 pounds, so that's the part number. Then this, it's around 20-30 pounds maximum. Make sure you grease it before you put it back. So to get this one, you're gonna have to take the battery out. You don't have to take the battery tray, the one that holds it. You just take the battery out. You take the top linkage metal thingy, and then you have to remove the fuel filter and the auxiliary fuel pump. And you pull this one aside. Obviously you remove the two of the gear linkage clips. You push this one in and unclips, both of them the same. You can see this is the clip. You push it in and it releases. Yeah, make sure you pull it back when you click it there, and that's where the tower goes in. Okay, so the tower, if I manage to do it with one hand, I guess you can do it with two hands. The tower goes back in there. You see the hole. It is not gonna be a very easy task to get it in there, but you just have to twist it until you get it right. I did this before with two hands, so either way I should be able to do it now. It's gonna take me a bit of time to get it through without forcing anything. So bear with me while I get this one there. I know it goes because it went there before. See, it goes in. You just have to twist it until you find the right position on it. Twist it. The position that's supposed to be is like that. But to be able to get it in there, you just have to twist it and wiggle it until you get the right position, okay? So now we got it in place, but it still has to click and get in. Right, so it needs to go in something like that. If it didn't get in, it means something is still not right. So you might have to twist something. Got a guide that goes in place, so it's not like you're gonna put it wrong. As long as it gets in there, that's the most important part. Right, so see, it's got two guides in there, one here, and then it's gotta get in. But apparently this has to come out from the old guide, from the old bit. Was going in here, see? That's why it was not going in. This guide is from the previous one, and we'll have to take it out. Let's see on the other side. No, nothing in there. Yeah, so only this side has to go in there. That's why it was not going in. So double check that before. Okay. Then you put the screws back, tower back on, clip the linkage in. On top you have the metal bit, which is this. All goes back in there. And if you need adjusting, I'll probably make another video, but I think there's plenty of there where you take the cover from. I'll go now maybe, if it helps. So you have to remove this part. You open this so you can pull it. You open this cover, there's a screw in here. You pull all of this side, and then in here you have to pull a tab down and it adjusts by itself, but that only after you fitted already the tower, so you can get the gears. This one is 6 gears, 2011 transporter, not actually Caravelle. So now, after fitting this, the top tower, I like to spray some white lithium grease on top there, because I've seen a lot of rust on the previous ones, and anywhere it is needed lubrication without too much stickiness and stuff like that. Remember, when you put this one back, it has to be in this position, like this, all the way in and in neutral, exactly like the one that you took out. Yeah, if not, it's not gonna get in on the last bit. So next you got this goes in here, right? But you have to find the place where it sits. Yeah, because it's got only one way where it's gonna go. Yeah, so just gonna get this one by hand. You twist it until you find the right place for it. If it's not going in, it's not from there. So if it went in, no, not in. See, it pushes in, but it's not settled. So only way we're gonna find out is until it goes all the way properly in. I have a feeling this requires 2 hands. Well, it's not easy to get it there, but first of all, the tower is new. It fitted before, it will fit again. But you can see this one has one bit where it has to align with the other side. So you're gonna have to find it in there and align it, push it in. Put a screw on top, and then you go from there. So, managed to fit it, of course. It went in there properly. There's a 13 socket you need to use, 13 deep one preferably. What I use is a 13 socket like that. There was not much tools that you really needed in here. You need a Phillips screwdriver, number 10. Number 13, number 10, and that's kind of it. On the battery in here you should have 13. On the terminals you got 10 in here, 13 there. It's not rocket science on this, it's just you have to have patience. And then, yeah, this worked, but because I was looking through the phone, I couldn't actually see properly because of the phone what I was doing, so it's better. See, you have to find the middle bit. It goes one way this way, one way that way, then it goes down, it goes up. So it has to be like somewhere in the middle, otherwise it doesn't go in. Basically on neutral, exactly like it was when you took it out. then this will click in there, but I'm not gonna click it yet because we need to put this, which I already greased it, but it's never a bad thing to grease it a bit more before we get in there, because this is the part that's seized, and this. Okay, so both of them greased, because this one slides. We can see where we go in there now with the phone. It's gonna go like this, right? One thing is, you need to remember to pull this one down a little bit, so you can put this where it belongs, but you won't be able to do it unless if you pull the linkage on this side. Then this has to slide into that hole. Well, I can't see through the phone, that's the annoying part. So this has to just get in there. But again, with the phone, it's not really easy to see. And I can't really see it, so I'll have to just pull the phone on the side. So this, align it, focus, there you go. And this one has to go in there. Now it's in, as you can see, hopefully focusing. The phone will focus. Yeah, so this focused. Hopefully now you can see that went there. You have to align it to go that way. Then you get, this has to clip in there. Right, so it goes, it clicked, you heard it. And then this, exactly as you see it, you have to click it in there, click, make the click, make sure it stays, yeah, it's in there, but we need to put the clip at the end there. So this thing, it goes on the back, and hopefully you're gonna see what I'm doing. In there, yeah, the back you got this, which you click, make sure it clicks both ways, and that is locking the plastic bit, this from coming out. And now we should have right, all seems good. This is how it's supposed to look like. Clip on the back. Yeah. All back in place. You just have to put this, but you're gonna have to wiggle a little bit with this and this to get it right. You have to separate them. That's why you have to remove this one. This one it didn't have in here, but that's okay because it's holding. Yeah, so normally we'll have another screw there on the bottom. For some reason this one didn't have, maybe it had a gearbox change, I guess, if I was looking at the screws. But yeah, hope this one helps. So now you have everything back in place. You got the 2 screws in here, that's the Phillips. Battery put back in place, and a 13 there. 10, 10, 13. Then you have to remove this to be able to take the plastic from here, so you can get more space. But that's not much of it, so as you can see, all back in place. Now, after all of that change, I try to test to make sure everything goes in the gear properly. See? 6, in reverse. See? Bum, 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 bum. All okay. If this doesn't go right, you just have to pull this from there. But when you do that, make sure this one is open, okay? And also there's a screw in here, and you only have to pull it just a little bit like this. And then you, let's see if it's gonna focus, you push this one down, you pull the weight down, yeah, but you're gonna have to hold the shifter in the neutral, yeah? And then you pull this one, you literally pull it down like that, see? Slides down and adjusts by itself, okay? And then you test it and make sure it goes in the gear as you want. First gear, bum bum, everything as it's supposed to do, because that's what that thing does. See, that one is moving there. See, so when you go, when this one goes like this, literally this one goes like that. So that's the one that needs adjusting when you go left, so you can go, when you go reverse it goes a bit more. Yeah, up, up, all the gears. So this is very important. If you don't do it, it's not gonna go properly in the gear. See, it goes effortless now in the gear. Well, thank you for watching, and this was a Transporter 5.1 or Caravelle, both the same. I hope this one helped you. Cheers.